back to golf. And this week, the Zozo Championship in Japan. Paul, what do you know about the Zozo?
Yeah, as you say, finally heading back to Asia, where the CJ Cup had previously been played.
Yes.
And at the Zozo,
This was supposed to be the second in a 3-tournament Asian swing that included the CJ Cup and the HSBC Champions in China, which has been cancelled again.
It's at the Narashino Country Club, and it has 36 holes there, and they're using some holes from one of the courses and some holes from the other course, which means we're going to have 5 par 5s and 5 par 3s, which should make it a wee bit more interesting.
Yep.
Like most Japanese golf courses, they usually have 2 greens per hole, depending on what season they're playing in. And I think one of the holes, if you land on the wrong green, or it might be a local rule, if you land on the wrong green, you can lift and drop without penalty.
Should be a rule. It's a rule anyway, isn't it?
Is it? Is that a fair dinkum rule?
What if you hit a green? If you hit a green, land on another green, you can take it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. You can't play it. You can't play a shot off the green.
I'm sure I've seen them do it.
Paul,
you wouldn't want clubbies doing it.
What are you doing to your course?
Okay, so those pitch marks and those divots, they weren't by me.
Poor greenskeepers. What course are you playing at?
I'd rather not say now.
Jeepers.
Yeah, rather not say. There we go.
Carry on.
Yeah, it's a par 70. It has hosted a number of significant tournaments there over the years. I guess if you're looking for some sort of correlation, possibly Augusta, and in particular, the Masters that they played in the fall,
in the rain,
when they tried to catch up.
DJ won by 1,000.
Yeah, I think form out of that will certainly go a long way to helping here. Obviously, I had a look at a number of the locals. Couldn't really see anyone that stood out. I do like the look of Matsuyama. He's not in my picks though. I think strokes gained tee to green will be a big factor here. Some of the fairways are fairly narrow. There's a few trees as well. So accuracy off the tee and putting on the bent grass greens.
Yeah, I agree. The tree line, it's a typical Japanese course. I read a little bit into the Japanese courses, and the reason that there's so many trees and they're so big is that the course designers are trying to block out the hustle and bustle of the city, particularly around Tokyo. So the members and players forget about their hard working days. Well, there's a nice touch. But as you say, you need to be accurate off the tee, Paul, but reward for distance too. If you're accurate. Hitting greens in regulation is key, as you said, putting, and I think par 3 scoring. When Tiger won in 2019, he outscored everyone in the par 3s. So I've used that as a key indicator for me, and Olympics form from earlier in the year as well will go a little way. As you say, that there's plenty of locals in the field. This is a co-sanctioned event with the Japan Tour. I haven't circled any Japanese locals, but I've got a couple of guys that I might mention who actually play on the tour that have come up for me here. Tom, anything for you to add?
No, I'm just really intrigued about the 5 par 3s. That's great, isn't it? You just less walking, more sort of targets. Love to play the course. Other than that, like you say, you just got to be, I think, reasonably accurate off the tee. Small greens as well, so approach, and I think also a little bit of scrambling in there in terms of chipping around the green. It's probably crucial. But going to be interesting. No cut event. Small field and relatively sort of average field, I guess, in terms of depth, which is probably why we see the sort of favourites at such short odds, almost unbackable odds, unfortunately.
Yeah, and with that said, I might kick things off. My best bet, Colin Morikawa, is $7.
Woo!
I had Hideki down here. Looked at Xander, obviously, with the Olympics form, Masters form. But Morikawa is more of a winner than the other two. At the top of the market there, he's won 4 times, 2 majors, twice in the last 2 wins in his last X starts, not many. The big thing for Colin is he needs to putt well this week. He's automatic in sort of every other aspect of his game, but he tends to lose strokes on the green quite a lot. And it's the weeks where he does gain strokes that he contends or wins, and which is what we saw last week. Hits it long enough off the tee. Last season, he was ranked 10th in driving accuracy, 5th in greens and regulation, and 33rd in par 3 scoring. Against the field, he ranks 1st, strokes gained total, tee to green, ball striking, and approach, and 5th off the tee. As I said, he's won twice in his last 17 starts, was 4th at the Olympics and T16 at the Masters. So I'll have 20 on Morikawa to win at $7 and 30 on him top 5 at $260. Paul, yours please.
I'm going with CT Pan at $41. I just found the top of the market just a wee bit too rich for my liking, and then the ones that were just in behind the Morikawas and Xander just really didn't represent any value for mine.
You mean Ricky Fowler?
Ricky Fowler, who is 26 this week after being triple figures last week. Jonathan Vegas, who was.
Hey, don't badmouth Vegas. He was the best of the lot last week.
And fair enough, but going from around triple figures last week to another one in the
31s.
I can't see that happening. So I've gone with CT Pan at $41. He's had a great start to the season. He was 6th at the Fortinet, 11th at the Sanderson Farms. He was 7th at the Masters that was played in November last year. And those conditions should suit him in Japan this weekend. He's 11th in strokes gained, approach to the green, approach to the green, and 12th in strokes gained putting. I really do like the look of CT Pan. So CT Pan at 41s, 10 on the win, and 10 on a top 5, and 10 on a top 10.
Also got that bronze medal at the Olympics too. Tom, yours.
It's time for redemption, boys. Not only redemption for me, but also redemption
for
the one and only Ricky Fowler.
Oh, no.
Come with me. I'm going to be wearing orange all weekend. And Ricky, I mean, what he did last week, I think it's been coming for a while. Like, we've seen him sort of leading after first round in a couple of tournaments and then sort of fading. And last week, he sort of basically, other than win the tournament, he went the whole way. He ranked 1st in the field in strokes gained, tee to green, gained 8.9 strokes, and he also gained 8 strokes in the field and fairways gained, which I think is going to be important here, like we said. He was tied 2 last week in driving accuracy and 5th in driving distance, and was 1st in greens and regulation. I think he's unlocked something. He may be under the odds in comparison to what he did what he was paying last week, but a bit like Sam Burns, when you're hot, you're hot. And I'm gonna give Ricky a crack. I didn't think I'd be doing this, but I am. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Amazingly, he's paying $26 to win.
You mean 126?
I'm going to have 10 on him to win at $26, and I'm going to have 20 on him top 5 at $5.50. Wow. Give me strength, Ricky. Give me strength.
He lost strokes on the green last week too, which is putting's typically been his strong point over his career. So, yeah, good luck to you, Tom.
Oh boy,
good luck. It's going to be a fun watch.
least he can't miss the cut.
Yeah, at least he's paying more than double figures.
No, I wish I would like to see Ricky win. It'd be cool. Mid tiers. Another one severely under the odds, and someone I backed last week, Johnny Vegas at $31. Don't look at me like that, Paul.
Ooh.
Listen to this. This is comprehensive stuff. Against the field, he ranks inside the top 10 strokes gained total, tee to green, ball striking, approach, and off the tee. Last season, he ranked 9th in driving distance, 30th for green and regulation. He's had 5 top 16 finishes in his last 7 starts, including the Olympics. Just needs to start putting properly. I'll have. I've just balls that right up, actually. He is not my tip.
Wow.
I'm just reading down my sheet, and I've just gone to see where my money's going this week, and it's actually on the next man down the list.
Oh boy.
What do we do here?
Wow. You've announced it.
Okay, I guess I have to stick to it then.
Mm.
Oh, that's tough.
That's a real shame.
Yep. It's out there.
Okay,
It's all out there.
all right. I'll go. I'm rattled here. 10 to win at 31s. And 10 top 10 at, I don't even know because I didn't write it down. At 350. Oh, that's so disappointing.
Mm. It won't be if he comes home.
No, but it's going to be even sicker if this other guy comes home.
Oh, we need to know who the other guy is soon.
Well, I'll tell you.
Yep.
Sean Norris,
Oh.
$67. And I'll tell you why. He won the Japan Open last week, so he plies his trade on the Japanese tour. So he was I think he was last man into this event after winning the Japan Open last week. He's been playing on the Japan Tour since 2015, had 6 wins, 2 of which have been in his last 11 starts. Since 7th on the money list, he's made 8 straight cuts, with his worst finish being T37. He ranks 7th in putting average, 15th in green and regulation, 3rd in birdie average, and 21st in driving distance. Sean Norris, $67.
Nice. Yeah, unfortunately, you're on Mr. Vegas.
Put
Yeah.
him in your prop bet.
Yeah.
Put him in your prop bet.
I'm going to have to.
Right. I'm going Matt Jones at $67. Last season, he was very, very good around the greens, and he has always been a fairly solid putter. He won the Honda Classic last season. He's had 2 probably better than average finishes in tournaments this season. And I always like to take an Aussie in Asia as well. So Matt Jones at 67. I'll take him 10 the win and 10 top 10.
Nicely done.
Tom.
I'm going to go with my mid with Henrik Norlander, Swede. He was tied 4th at the Sandersons and 65th at the Shriners. Doesn't hit the ball as long as some, but he's pretty accurate off the tee, and he has a very strong approach game. I think he's 8 strokes gained approach this season, and pretty decent around the greens as well. He's also got experience, played in the Olympics over in Japan, so was sort of solid without being spectacular there. But I'm happy to have a stab at Henrik Norlander, so I'll have $10 on him to win. He's paying $67, and I'm going to have $10 on him top 10.
Nice. Roughies. I'm going for another one who plies his trade on the Japan Tour here. Zimbabwean Scott Vincent, who's paying $101. In his last 14 starts, he's got 2 wins and another 3 top 5 finishes. His worst finish in that stretch has only been T26. He ranks 14th in putting average, 6th in greens and regulation, 5th in driving distance, and 60th in driving accuracy, 6th in ball striking, 8th in par 3 performance, and 9th in birdie or better on par 3s. And he's in the top half of the field when it comes to putting approach, ball striking, and off the tee. Scott Vincent. So I'll have $5 to win at 101s and $10 top 20 at $4 there. Paul, you're roughie.
My roughie, Tyler McCumber at $201. He has had a terrible, terrible start to the season. However, he can hit the ball a long, long way. He's 18th in driving distance, averaging around just a tick over 320 yards off the tee. He's also a fairly handy putter. He's 48th in strokes gained putting. His par 3 scoring average, he's 69th on the tour at the moment, and par 3 birdie or better is 31st. That's against the whole of the tour. So with this, the field that he meets here, he certainly jumps up a wee bit, and I think the 201 represents a wee bit of value. So I'm happy to take him. $10 to win at 200 to 1 and $10 for a top 20.
Tom.
Ruffy, I'm going with the guy who's been relatively consistent early part of the season. That's Tom Hoagie. He's had a tie 36, a tie 14th, and a tie 32. He pretty good strokes gained approach. 10th this season strokes gained approach actually. Putting's where it's let him down because he's pretty solid tee to green. I'm just hoping he can catch fire, and all I'm really wanting from him is a top 20, which I think is pretty achievable in a field this size. So I'm going to have $5 on him to win because I'm a sicko at $81, and I'm 20 on him for the top 20 at $4.20.
Was that 81s, was it?
Yes, that's below, but you're
That's
taking a
below the
$7
three.
shot, so I'm gonna take him.
Wow, there's some controversy on the cut line this week. Jeepers.
I'm desperate.
It's
Make my own
desperate.
rules.
Yeah, wow. It appears so. What do we got next? First rounder. We've only got leaders up, don't we? So I will take Colin Morikawa, my best bet, at $16 to be the first round leader. And I'll have 5 on him there. Paul?
I'm going to go with Hideki Matsuyama to be the first round leader at $23. I think this course really does correlate very, very well with Augusta. And if we have a look at Hideki's last 7 starts at Augusta, he's finished outside the top 30 once. He obviously won last season, and he's had a couple of top 10 finishes as well as a couple of top 20. So he's if that correlates, if that Augusta form correlates, then he'll be right in this, and I can see him getting off to a quick start with the home crowd behind him. $10, Hideki Matsuyama at 23, first round leader.
Tom?
Yep, I'm going to follow you in on Morikawa, and I'm also going to take Ricky. I'm just going to have $5 on both. Talked about Ricky, and I think Morikawa, I think it's a huge advantage for him. The 5 par 3s, I mean, that's 20 out of the 72 holes for the best iron player in the world to shoot some darts. Come off pretty hot finish last weekend, and at $16, first round leader, I'm happy to have 5 on him and 5 on Ricky at $29.
Nice. And a prop bet. I'm still rattled from my my mid-tier muck up there. So I'm just crunching some numbers. I'm going to have $10 on Johnny Vegas to win Group C. He is going ahead against Siwoo Kim, Keegan Bradley, and Eric Van Rooyen. So $10 at $4.33. Paul?
Yeah.
I can see a big smile there.
Oh, yeah. You're going to love this one, Tom. I'm going to take the top South African player, and I'm going to take Sean Norris at $5 to be the top South African player. I really like the look of this guy. Comes in after his victory in the Japan Open, so he's in some really, really good sort of form at the moment. He's up against Van Rooyen, Grace, and Higo. I give Norris a huge chance here. So Sean Norris to be the top South African at $5. I'm putting me last 20 on.
Nicely done. Van
this-
Ruin was pretty good last week as well, wasn't he?
2 weeks in a row, he's just
Yeah.
trying to spite me. I hope he turns out like Sam Burns.
Norris could be in the sea next week.
Tom?
I'm going back to the group betting multi. I'm taking Colin Morikawa in Group A. I think against Xander, Matsuyama, and Zalatoris, it's a pretty hot group, but I just think Morikawa should be the outright favourite this week, and therefore I think he's going to beat those four. And of course, I'm taking none other than Ricky Fowler in Group B. Neiman, no. Fleetwood, no. Noren, no. Ricky Fowler, yes. I'm going to have my last $15 on at juicy odds of $10.31. So Fowler and Morikawa to win those two groups. Easy money.
Easy money, all in on Ricky.
Give me
If he
strength.
doesn't win next week, I want to see a bright orange top, some orange pants when we come on air.
I'll see what I can do. I can't really go out to the shop, but I'll see what's in the house.
I've got some bright orange Ricky pants at home. You can send them up.
I believe that. I do believe that.
Yeah.
Now, I wore them twice on the golf course, maybe, and then sort of stopped and had a look at myself. Yeah. Anyway,
We've done it.
we've done it. We're done.
We're through.
No birdie bonus this week, unfortunately.
What?
No. Have a little
Wow.
rest. We got stripped out last week. There was about 30 people inside the top 20. So, yeah. little
Including
rest,
Ricky Fowler.
including Ricky Fowler.
Mm.
And not including, no, it did include a few of our other winners.
Not
but
including Mark Leishman. That way.
no,
No.
big letdown. Big letdown, Leash. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for joining me, boys. It was good fun.
Thank you, Carl.
To everyone out there, enjoy the punt. Good luck. Plenty of winners or potential winners we've given out, including Sean Norris.
If you are going to have a bet, gamble
Do it quick.
responsibly.
Oh, yeah. And then
Yeah. And do it before the
do it before
tournament
it
starts.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, do it responsibly. Cool. We will hopefully see you all next week on the cut line. Cheers.